Welcome, everyone. It's really nice to see you here. Um, I would like to first start by asking how many of you are using Flutter for desktop apps? Okay. How many of you are planning on using Flutter for desktop apps? Okay, nice, nice. So today we'll talk about, just a second. I think I can. All right. So today we'll talk about how to add Flutter to your existing desktop app. And you'll see why that subject, I find the subject really, really interesting, and I hope you will find it the same way. So first of all, who am I? So I've been building software for 15 years now, and most of the time was spent building desktop apps. So I tried a lot of different frameworks for building desktop apps. And when I found out about Flutter and the possibility to use it for desktop, I was really intrigued. And in the last years, I was um, really, I really enjoyed this journey of developing desktop apps with Flutter. So there's my Twitter handle if you want to find me on Twitter. But now let me tell you about my friends. So I have some friends, and they have a desktop app, and it is written in Python. They are doing some AI, cool, interesting AI stuff, and they're looking to add some functionality, some visual functionality to it. And I've been telling them about Flutter recently a lot. I mean, I've been pitching Flutter to them in a lot of ways in the last months. And they were like, okay, Flutter looks great, but how can we use it in our app? And one major concern for new developers coming to Flutter is do we have to rewrite our entire app using Dart? So when people find out about Flutter and about Dart, many people push back and say, okay, so I need to learn a new language, and if you want me to use it for my app, that means that I need to rewrite my entire app using Dart. So I said, that's a fairly good question. And most people don't want to rewrite their app in Dart. So I was thinking, okay, let's see what solutions we have for this. And the first solution that came to mind are plugins. So who work with plugins in Flutter? Who use plugins? Okay, nice. So as you probably know already, you can use plugins in Flutter to communicate with native code. So if you have a native code that is specific to the operating system that you're running on, you can use plugins to interact with your Flutter code. Now, there's a bad part about plugins, and the bad part is that you need to re-architect your code. So you need to make your existing code fit into a plugin, and not many people want to do that. So I know that from my experience creating plugins, and this is one plugin that I created. It's called the Bits Dojo window. And it is a plugin that helps you customize your desktop app window. So if you have a custom skin, then you can use this plugin to customize your window to make your designer happy. Because when you're working with a designer, the designers don't want you to display the custom Windows title bar or the Mac title bar. They want to, they have their custom design that they want to use for the app. So my first proposal to them was, okay, let's try to use plugins and move your existing code as a plugin. And so my first proposal was this. Let's make a Flutter app and then use Python as a plugin inside that Flutter app. And their reaction, you might wonder what was. They said, it sounds like a lot of work, and they didn't like it. So they were really not interested. And I can agree with that, because for someone new coming to Flutter, telling them, okay, you need to learn how to work with plugins, it's like a setback. It's like, okay, too many things I need to learn. I don't want to do this. So then it was time for me to find another solution. So I was really, really sad about this, because I pitched my Flutter solution to my friends, and they were like, okay, we don't like it, we have to write so much code. And I was thinking, what if we shifted the perspective? What if we looked at things differently? So instead of having Flutter app and the Python app and trying to fit the Python app into the Flutter app, what if we would do things in reverse? Like maybe run the Flutter app as a plugin inside our Python app. So can it be done? And that's what demo time is for. Now let's have a demo. Thank you. All right. Now. All right. I need to move this here. Okay. Just a second. I'm having. So what I have here is really nice looking Python app. You see it has a beautiful UI, really complex. And it is the kind of UI that you might want to implement using Flutter. So if we click this button, then you see here a Flutter window. Now, what is special about this Flutter window is that this Flutter code is running inside the Python app. So if you see here, we have our Python app, and our Flutter code is running inside that Python app. So it's not a separate app. It's all the Flutter code is running inside that host Python app. So now, if we press this button, increment number, you can see you also change this here in the Python app. Thank you. And now, if we press this button here in the Python app, it's also modified in the Flutter app. So we have bidirectional communication between the two. Now, this also runs on Windows. So, just a moment. So what this loads, what I want to tell you is that this solution works on both Mac and Windows. So you can use it to extend your existing desktop apps with Flutter code. So now, do you want to see how this was done? All right. So let's go to the code. If you can see here, we have a project, pbexproj. The first thing we need to do is to make sure that our Flutter app doesn't run as an exec table, but it runs as a library. Because we have that Python app that you saw, that Python app needs to load Flutter as a library. So how do we make it Flutter run as a library? So this is what you need to modify in the project pbexproj file right here. So instead of writing exec table path, you write loader path. And now, if you run build and you build your Flutter app, let's go right here. Okay. Smooth. Here it is. So you say this is our Flutter app, and you see that it's called an app, but if you double click it, nothing happens because it is built as a library, so it is injected in our code. Now, let's go back to the slides. My Windows VM doesn't seem to be starting, but yeah, so if we go to Windows here, and we have run the same Python app. All right. You can see beautiful UI. And we can create a Flutter window. And then same thing, you can increment it. And it also runs on window. So this technique also runs on window. And now, going back to the slides. Okay. All right. The thing I showed you here also works if you have a Java app or a C++ app or a Go app or a C# app. So you can use Flutter inside any kind of app like this. So one question you might have right now is, can you use plugins when you're running Flutter as a plugin? Because as we said in the beginning, Flutter apps support plugins, but now we're running Flutter as a plugin. So the question is, can you run a plugin inside a plugin? And the answer is yes, you can. So now you might wonder, why am I bringing this to the discussion? So why is this important to you? This means that you can use any package on pubdev in your existing desktop app. So if you have a Python app, a Java app, a C++ app, C# app, a Go app, then you can use packages from pubdev inside that app. So you can extend that functionality using plugins on pubdev. And the final thing that I want to leave you with is that using this technique, you can refurbish and modernize existing apps using Flutter. So you can go from this to this. So you get to keep your existing business logic, and you get to replace your UI with Flutter UI. Now, this brings new opportunities for existing desktop apps. This helps you keep your existing business logic and replace UI with Flutter, and you get to write the code once for Windows, macOS, and Linux. And finally, that means that you can do more with your existing Flutter skills. So if you know businesses or people that are that have desktop apps that they build, and they want to bring a new fresh coat of paint, new UI to their old app, you can use Flutter for that. So yeah, that's all for me. And now if we have some time for questions.